Hello friends, this is Indian Princess and this video features the highlights of the Frostdragon Tyrant battle that we had yesterday. I did try to stream this battle like I had promised. Let me show you. So if you check the live tab on my channel, there is this short video of 8 minutes. So that's just how long the stream lasted. I started the live stream and I was struggling to figure out things. Plus, I was accessing multiple apps like we had a voice call going on Discord. So, out of these 8 minutes, only 2 or 3 minutes I was actually streaming, rest of it was just frozen screen. So, there were a lot of difficulties with live streaming Frostdragon because it's a very long battle. Plus, I had Discord going on. And it was the very first time we were doing this battle, so there were a lot of things to figure out. So I realized that this is probably not the best to live stream, so I stopped the stream and I decided to record the screen instead. So out of many hours of recording, I'm just going to show you the highlights for now. So this was when there was less than a minute's time left for us to enter the battlefield. I was excited, I was nervous. This was the first time I was going to do Frostdragon, and it's huge. There are way too many players, way too many alliances fighting in this battlefield. So I was watching the countdown, keeping a close eye on the timer, trying to enter as soon as it allows me. And once the button turned blue, I was excited to enter, but there was a mistake. I had my March queues gathering. We need a lot of resources to fight in the Frostdragon battlefield, so I've been gathering like 24/7 for the last 1 week. With the gathering boosts on, of course, but I should have recalled before that timer ran down. So remember this, similar to Foundry or Frostdragon, it won't really allow you to enter unless all your March queues are free and all your troops are at home. So waiting for my troops to return caused a little bit of a delay in entering the Frostdragon battlefield. It is important to be online at 11 UTC sharp and enter the battlefield as soon as possible, because getting a good spot here is very important. So on entering the battlefield, luckily there is a cooldown period of approximately 4 minutes in which you can have a look at the whole map. I am currently random teleported in the border region and I have to enter the Dragon Crypt, and my alliance leaders are placing labels where our rally leads are going to be. So we had been divided into teams and we had to follow our rally leader, and I was in Sammy's team. So I really need to search the map for a label with Sammy's name on it, and we're going for the life spire, so that should be somewhere south. But I'll just have a look at the whole battlefield. I like the look and feel of this battlefield. This blue background is soothing to my eyes. And checking out the chat, our force are putting up a lot of labels. So let me check out all the labels one by one. This is a spire towards the north. I believe this is the shield spire. And these are people all random teleported here. I just quickly need to find my own spot, and here's the life spire with Sammy's name on it. So I should be teleporting somewhere around this spire. Now all I have to do is wait for the timer to run down and teleport as quickly as I can, as close to the life spire as I can. And the battle begins. Time to teleport. I grabbed the front row spot. And luckily Sammy is nearby. it is very important to be near your rally leader, because they are going to be calling very quick rallies of like 1 minute, and that's all the march time you've got. And I'm activating all of my buffs, activating all 20% buffs, and counter recon is the most important. That is because if I get hit here by a whale and I burn in a single hit, my city will get instantly removed from its spot. And I'm getting a reinforcement right now from Sammy. He's the president currently, so you can see that president Marskin. I requested this reinforcement because I'm low on troops and I have a front row spot. So if a whale decides to hit me and if I burn, I will lose that spot and I will also get a lot of injured troops. So at this point, I really needed a reinforcement from a whale. And one of my allies is also reinforcing me. So I guess I'm safe for now. All that is left to do for now till the battle starts in another 44 minutes is just to have a look at the map. So let's see. Let me zoom out. You can see so many people, and this is just the dragon crypt. There are still more people in the border region. So I'm at the life spire, and this is the spire towards the east, the dragonbane spire. This gives the lethality boost. This is the capital in the center. The spire towards the north, I believe it's the shield spire. We are going for that spire as well. Another team of ours is stationed there. And the spire towards the west is the blade spire. This spire will give the attack boost. So we have basically 3 teams, 2 for the northern and the southern spire and for the capital. So I am at the southern spire, the life spire. And you can see a lot of rallies going on cities of players. My rally leader Sammy has called a rally on a player, so I've joined it. This player is FC6, and the reason why we are rallying him is basically just to get that spot for one of our allies. So the spot is free now, but someone else took it immediately. So I guess we're gonna need to hit another player now. Or maybe not. I see a spot here. Let me see if it is occupiable. No, not really. These are only 3 squares. The cities are placed so oddly that one whole city cannot fit there. So it has to be a hit on one of these players. This is primarily the reason why whales were hitting other players. Just to get spots for our allies. I don't think anyone was doing this for kills or just to be a menace. But getting a spot in the dragon crypt is really tough, as you can see. So we needed a spot for Denise. She is one of our allies and member of our team at the life spire. Sammy has deployed a march on this FC5 and you can see a reinforcement coming in, but do you see that? How quickly that city disappeared the moment Sammy's march hit it. And Denise was able to take the spot this time. So I'm glad all our players are together now. And as you can see, all of us are located quite close to Sammy because that is very important. You will know why once the battle starts. Rally leader will call 1-minute rallies and you need to be close to their city. Be able to send troops to them within a minute without using speed ups. The battle is about to start. Last few seconds. This is going to be exciting. Irrespective of the result of this battle, it's going to be a great experience. So the moment the shield drops, people solo march it and we've got it. My alliance has the first occupation and I have some squads saved. Formation 3 is for defense. I'm sending Patrick. And I better speed up. This event actually cost me a lot of gems. But I guess it was worth it. And in spite of all those gems, my squad is returning because garrison is full. But it's not gonna stay full for very long because a lot of attacks are going to happen every second. And troops in the garrison are going to be depleted rapidly. I need to wait for my Patrick to return. And I need to redo the squads because only Patrick will hold lesser number of troops. I need to add 2 more heroes to this. I'll do it later maybe. For now, I'm just trying to get my troops into garrison. I hope I get in this time. Yeah, I'm garrison now. I've got very few troops in garrison, but at least I'm in there. That's what matters. I can keep replenishing these troops. And now it's time to quickly redo the squads. I'm not going to touch my main heroes because I need my best heroes with the best gear in my city in case I get attacked. So I'm just gonna put Patrick and 2 random heroes, and I'm going to send only Helios infantry. I've got T11 FC8 infantry. So that is the highest troop type that's unlocked currently, so I'm not gonna bother putting my other lower level troops in the rallies or in garrison. I'm just gonna send the best I have. So my formations are redone and it looks like we lost the spire, so just find Sammy's rally, put in attack formation and wait for the rally to hit. And let's look at the infirmary in the meanwhile. I don't have many injured when we lost that spire because I did not have many troops in there. Too many rallies going on, but I'm just gonna focus on my rally leader. My troops will reach his city in 15 seconds, that is before the 1-minute rally departs. You see, this is exactly why it is important to have your spot close to your rally leader. Because there are going to be a lot of these 1-minute rallies and your troops really need to get to your leader's city before the rally departs. So this rally isn't really full. Let's see what happens. Just wait for it to hit, and he took it. The rally wasn't even full. Now I need to quickly change my heroes. I need to send a defense formation, so I've deployed my defense march and I'm gonna speed it up a bit. And 3 seconds before it's... oh no, we lost the building. I need to recall. I don't have time to recall it. Oh, that's a lot of injured. First we lost the spire, and second my solo march hit the opponent's garrison, so that's bad. I usually recall marches if I have time to recall. This time I didn't really have time. And we need to take the spire back, so I'm just gonna put the march in my leader's rally. And let's see about the healing in the meanwhile. Let me try 5k batch. Does it work? No, it doesn't really work. I need to reduce it. Let's see, 4.5k. Does this work? This works fine, so I'm gonna stick to that. And the rally is marching already. I'm just gonna keep healing while the rally marches. It's important to heal. And we are garrison, so we took the spire. Time to switch heroes real quick. But I can see that we lost it. And my troops are marching towards it, so I'm just gonna recall that march. I don't need to get them injured unnecessarily. And I have quite a few here in the infirmary to heal. It's really expensive to heal Helios troops, so you kinda need to conserve resources. And occupation time wise, we are good. but we need to do better. So it's basically the same thing, really. Just find your rally leader, put your troops in their rally. Once they take the building, switch heroes, put your defense formation. It's quite repetitive, which is why I'm not really going to show you the whole battle. I'm just showing you the highlights. IC is another whale from our alliance who's also calling rallies for the Lifespire. So I have an option to join either Sammy's rally or IC's rally. And everyone in the team is coordinating well, which is why we have a good enough occupation time here. It looks like we are going to win this round and gain control of the Lifespire. A quick look at the occupation time. Personal rank looking good. Alliance is rank 1 currently. So we were doing quite well in the beginning of the battle. And by the end of first 30 minutes, we had control of the Lifespire and the Shieldspire in the north. Got the Lifespire by quite a good margin. So while the spires were in the protected mode, I did have some time to look at what's happening in the capital. There was quite intense battle going on in the capital. We had a separate team of players fighting for the capital, quite a few whales with quite a few joiners, and there were constant rallies on the capital, with the occupying whale switching almost every minute. I can only imagine the effort that it took on the part of the whales to continuously keep rallying the capital. With strategic timing, of course. And all the supporting team, all the joiners who kept filling those rallies. It was quite a team effort, quite an intense battle going on here. I wasn't a part of this team because my city was located far away from the capital, so it was not possible for me to join any of these capital rallies. My troops wouldn't really get there in time. While the spires were in protected mode, I utilized these 30 minutes to heal my troops so I could be ready for the next 30 minutes of battle at the Lifespire. We had 2 out of the 4 spires, the Lifespire and the Defense Spire. The other 2 were held by 1070 and 1075. And soon it was time again to battle for the Lifespire. This was the second round. We started off well, we had control in the beginning. But this round was a bit tough. We have control currently, so I'm just trying to send a squad to garrison to help hold it. You can actually see how repetitive this event is. This is not even the whole battle, it's just like say 30 minutes of highlights, but you can see so much of repetition in this. The beginning of the second round looked promising. We even had a good enough lead. But then 1065 whale Fubao, she started competing with us, so that made this round a bit difficult. But I was just a joiner, so I just had clear instructions, join with attack formation and switch heroes once we take it. My job was rather simple. I just had to be alert, watch for the rally, and switch heroes, replenish garrison. So yeah, plain and simple instructions and easy job. Let's wait for this rally to hit and see what happens. The rally speed up is a new thing which is introduced in this event. I haven't seen rally speed ups anywhere. And we had a slight lead here, but it was hard to maintain that because IAM took the lead very quickly. And we lost the second round. So while the turret was in protected mode, what I decided to do is to mine some dragonites. I was going to keep my main march in the city to protect my city in case I get attacked. So I deployed my second and third march, and I gave my best gear to those heroes who were marching. I didn't really bother scouting, and I had a victory at first, but the second march it was defeated. And when I looked at the report, this was a really strong player. And someone's trying to scout my other squad that's gathering, so I'm just gonna turn on my counter recon and block that scout. And let me quickly give the gear back to those heroes who are actually gathering in case that squad gets attacked. I'm not the strongest player around here. The players in this battlefield are much stronger than me. So I just need to use strategies and mine whatever dragonite I can. So I learned a lesson from that defeat. So I'm going to proceed now only after scouting because there are some really strong players around here. Look at these stats. They are stronger than me, all of them, and all Helios. And maxed out exclusive gear. Such strong players are gathering dragonites. And if you look at my stats, not that great. They have -20 on, but still. This is a very competitive battle. If you look at other report, those are my stats without the -20, I guess. But still, I need to be really careful. So now onwards, I'm going to scout and see what I can attack. Dragonite gathering is really important. It gives some really valuable boosts to your alliance, and your leaders can use them to actually gain major victories. Looking at the scout reports, all good stats. And half my scouts have been blocked by counter recon. Too many failed scouts. Occupation time the gap is increasing. We were 1 or 2 minutes behind previously, now the gap has widened. This is my squad returned with some dragonite. And now it is time for the third round of battle at the Lifespire. Now we took this one real seriously after losing the second round. We really needed to get this, so we were trying our best here. Especially because the capital occupation time was widening, so we really needed some boosts from these spires to help us at the capital. So this was a round for which I utilized almost 50,000 gems. And Sammy seemed to be rallying alone this time. I couldn't see Icy's rally. Maybe she was offline for a bit. You see, that is the problem with this event. It is too long. 7 hours of continuous battle with this kind of crazy rallying every minute. And that too on a Sunday. Sunday is the time when most people prefer to spend with their families. And spending 7 to 8 hours on a Sunday constantly playing a game, that is really not practical for a lot of people. But we really pushed hard for this particular round of Lifespire battle. We really wanted to gain control this time. Because with the capital occupation time widening, our only hope was to get the spires and the boost from them, so we would be able to catch up on that capital occupation time. So Sammy is able to hold us because everyone in garrison is constantly replenishing the troops. It is really scary to watch how rapidly troops get depleted in garrison in a battle like this. I have to deploy multiple marches and speed them up to the building so my troops get there before one of the opponent's rallies hit. And we lost the building, so I'm going to recall this march. That is also important to watch who is holding the building. The opponents get it, recall immediately, otherwise you'll have a lot of injured soldiers in your infirmary. So time to attack again. I put in the attack formation and I'm gonna keep healing in the meanwhile. Just wait for him to take the building and then switch the heroes. That is literally what you have to do the whole time in Frostdragon battle. It takes some really coordinated teamwork to hold buildings in this battle. And everyone in our team was pushing really hard for this particular round of Lifespire, and we were getting ahead on the occupation time. And you can watch how rapidly my gems are depleting. I had some 150 odd before this round started. I've been using a lot of gems to speed up my march into garrison. And I'm sure everyone else in the team was also doing it, trying to keep the garrison full, because that is the only way your Vale will be able to hold the building. If the rest of the team is constantly replenishing troops, it costs a crazy amount of gems for speed ups, it costs a crazy amount of resources for healing. The whole thing is just crazy, but it's fun when you have a team that coordinates well. And with everyone making a lot of efforts, we managed to get real ahead on the occupation time. So we knew that we are going to have the life spire for this particular round. We were only hoping that it will help somehow in the capital occupation time. 1070 has been doing well since the start, and we were a little behind them initially, but the gap seemed to keep increasing. And 1054 caught up too. After third round, we mainly had an issue with the joiners. PHX is a wonderful alliance, but they have transferred here recently, and they are still not a whole alliance. It takes around 3 to 4 transfers for an alliance to transfer completely. So many good players are still left behind. They are still yet to enter the state and enter the alliance. Real good players who would be an asset to the team. And another important issue was most of the players ran out of resources, especially the joiners. Because when PHX transferred, a lot of their players lost troops, lost resources, they could not bring their farms along. So they did not have that additional help they could have had with the resources. That being said, PHX received overwhelming support from 1106. We had the strongest players of the state together. The state worked together for this event like one big family. And my point is that I'm sure that the state will do much better in upcoming Frostdragon. It was lovely to watch how all the alliances of the state came together and worked together for this event. Personally, I did not enjoy this event because there's literally nothing to do here other than constantly join rallies and then switch heroes and replenish garrison. If you have been watching my older videos and you know my gaming style, then you would know that I love to get my kills. I love to attack other players, and I cannot do that in Frostdragon. Personally, I think SVS is a more fun event compared to Frostdragon, but this was definitely a great experience because you encounter the strongest players in the neighboring states in this event. This event is particularly about teamwork. For a state to win this event, they need to have a strong team, and that team needs to have a very good coordination. Because everyone's contribution is equally important in Frostdragon. We need strong whales with strong stats to lead the rallies and to hold the buildings, but we also need good rally joiners fill the rallies with some really strong troops, and to keep the garrison replenished once the building is taken. And players who don't have very high level troops can also contribute by gathering Dragonite in the border region. Dragonite is also very important in this battle. So occupation wise, we finished rank 4, and overall alliance ranking was rank 3. I'm sure my state will do far better next time now that we all have experience of this event. My personal ranking was 249, not that impressive, but it's okay for the first time. I couldn't be in battle the whole time because it was a Sunday and I had some real life commitments. But I did my best and I will do my best in the upcoming Frostdragon. Thanks for watching.